Hello and welcome to this episode of the Mixtape podcast. This is where we take a deep dive into the inspirations and influences of my guest as I ask them to select 6 tracks for their imaginary mixtape. Track 1 is an attention grabber. Track 2 is a song they sing in the car or the shower. Track 3 is a cover version. For track 4, I'll ask them to pick a song they wish they could have played to their 18-year-old selves. Track 5 is a song they would use to woo someone. Track 6 is a track that my guest feels doesn't get the attention or recognition that it deserves. If you'd like to support the creation of this podcast, it's patreon.com/mixtape podcast, or you can check out the link in the description below. You can join for free or subscribe for as little as $2 a month. There's lots of other Patreon-only content on there, including the opportunity to ask guests a question and to have a personalised mixtape playlist curated by yours truly. There's lots of other ways you can support me, a like or a follow on social media. Again, there's links in the description for that. Or if you are listening on Spotify, you can smash the follow icon or you can rate the podcast. All of these little things go a long way towards growing the platform and I really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for listening and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello and welcome to this mixtape for KCR 102.5 FM and the mixtapepodcast.com. Joining me today, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Siobhan Cotchin. How are you, Siobhan?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very well. I'm so excited you're here. Yeah, it's going to be great and your new single's fantastic. We'll get on to that a little bit later on in the chat. First of all, I wanted to talk to you about, it's been a minute, since we chatted. We looked it up, didn't we, just before?
Yeah.
18th of April, I think I said, was when I chatted to you last time. A lot's happened since then. You put out so much new music. You've been gigging away. And would it be correct assumption to say a highlight would have been touring with the Goo Goo Dolls and Matchbox 20?
Yeah, it was all right. No, it was just the best experience. Being able to play those big venues like Perth Arena, Rod Laver Arena, just stuff I've dreamed of since I was a kid. It was just a very full circle moment for me. And just being able to tour with the nicest people in music. Rob Thomas was an angel.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it was just the best time ever. And the catering is awesome in those venues. That's the first thing I think of when I think about those shows. Oh my God, the food was biggie. But yeah, I was living the dream and I had such bad depression when I got home. For real. So it was worth it though. It was just awesome.
What does it feel like from playing, no disrespect to any venues in Perth that you've played before, but playing those sort of 200, 300, 400 capacity venues to playing a stadium, 10,000, 20,000 people? How did that feel standing on stage for the first time?
Honestly, it felt like it was meant to be. It kind of felt like second nature.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got up there and as soon as I got into my first song, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel every time I'm on stage. But for a gig at that scale, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I have dreamt of and I have worked hard to get here. So it was just very just really exciting. I mean, I was pretty nervous, but I felt like as soon as I got into my first song, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a gig and I'm having the best time.
Yeah. I think last time we spoke as well, I'm pretty sure Miss Reckless was just about to come out or had just come out. You put loads of stuff out since then. Triple J Unearthed, Home and Hosed. There's loads of things have been happening for you. Do you feel like your sound's progressed? Because I remember when we spoke first time, you said you were consciously trying to make a move away from country and go a little bit harder edged. Is that still the case? And is that still where you're looking to go?
No, actually. So that was back in 2023.
It was, yeah.
A lot has changed. Last year, besides the Matchbox tour, I had a really tough year.
Mm-hmm.
I left my label, which was a big thing. It was a really hard decision, but ultimately led me to creating music that best reflected who I actually am. I felt like I was trying too hard to be something I'm not, to get the attention of people, whereas I just wasn't happy. So I've sort of prioritized my own happiness and doing what I want to do rather than worrying about what everyone else thinks. Like I'm not Courtney Love. I'm not edgy like her.
You're too nice.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, but when I'm, if you get on my bad side, then I am quite.
Well, I've heard some of your lyrics, so yeah, I wouldn't want to be there, mate.
But no, I'm a nice person. But yeah, I think I was just trying too hard.
Yeah.
And country is my thing. I think I was trying to forcibly remove it from my sound to be a bit more palatable for, your average Triple J listener, but that didn't work for me. I wasn't getting anywhere. So I had to really I took pretty much the whole of 2024 off from making music and releasing it. And I sort of just went back to basics, and I'm like, what is it about music that I love, and why do I write songs, and what are the sounds that I'm drawn towards, and what makes me feel good? And the music that I've recorded with Andy Lawson has been a perfect reflection of who I am right now.
Yep.
And I don't feel like I'm trying to be anyone.
I think that's absolutely the way forward. Obviously, as part of the mixtape, I interview a lot of artists, and we talk about songwriting and creativity a lot. And one of the constant themes that comes up is when you're creating any art, not just music, but any art, if you please yourself first, that you're on the right path. If you try and fit into what you like, Triple J or, whatever wants, you're on the wrong path. You need to please yourself first. And then if it's good, you're happy with it, that's good enough. Doesn't matter if it sells 10 million or 10. If you're happy with it, that's good enough. Do you know what I mean? And that's the start of the journey, I think. That's often a thing that comes up.
You're listening to the Mixtape.
Now, Siobhan, I mentioned at the start we're going to try and get a mixtape chat in as well. So I did give you the advance tracks. Yeah, so bit of a heads up, because when I pre-record and there's a bit of thinking time, it's fine, because I can just edit it out. But when we do a live mixtape, it's not good radio if we're just sitting here thinking about songs and stuff. So I've given you the heads up. So are you ready to go with your mixtape tracks? Okay, all right. So track one of your mixtape, Siobhan, is what would you pick as an attention grabber to kick off your mixtape in a really good style, make me want to listen to the rest of your tape?
Oh no. Well, this is going to be a very rogue choice, but I'm going to have to say Animals by Nickelback. I love Nickelback. They have to be one of my favorite bands. Dream support for tour. Honestly, I am manifesting that. And I think that song is so much fun. And the first time I heard it, I was like, what is this? I love it. I know that, obviously Nickelback is quite controversial and you kind of love to hate them, but I think the songwriting is genuinely awesome and the production is insane. And I love Nickelback and I'm not going to apologize for it.
No, that's absolutely fine, mate. I don't understand why they get such a bad rap. Has he done something, or is it just his rubbish hair, or
probably a combination.
I can't talk about anybody's hair, obviously, but I don't know why they get such a bad rap. It's just an internet thing that just started.
Yeah, well, I think they did a documentary on Netflix, which is actually quite a good watch, and it kind of gives you a perspective on why they got so much hate. I think it's because they were so overplayed on the radio.
Right.
People were just turn it off. Why are we still listening to this? And I think people were just getting bored of it, maybe.
Yeah.
That was kind of what I took away from it.
Right, okay.
And I think people found it quite cheesy and it wasn't real rock because, they had a lot of slow ballads. They used a lot of acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
But kind of what I know. I also feel like after a while, Chad Kroger's voice does get quite grating. I will be honest.
Yeah.
I probably can only listen to one album and be like, okay, I've got my fix. I'm good.
Yeah.
But I just think people, it was cool to hate Nickelback.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's coming back around where I think people are finally back on the train.
Yep. they came out in that sort of era of like Lifehouse, Creed.
I was just going to talk about Creed.
Do you know what I mean? Like all those sorts of, I don't know, Pearl Jam ripoffs. I don't know. That might be a little bit too harsh, but there's only one Eddie Vedder. But you know, I think they all came out. The Calling, Lifehouse, all those bands all sort of came out at the same time. And I think there was just people just got a bit sort of fed up of that sort of, I don't know, that sort of sound, I guess. But I first came across them on the Spider-Man soundtrack.
This is
Hero? Yeah, that.
It's don't.
Yeah. And that had Stone Sour on it as well, Bother. On
Right.
the soundtrack as well. It's an amazing track as well.
That's like the first. That was with Tobey Maguire. Hey,
the very first Spider-Man.
Oh,
There's been about 20 since then, but
the Tobey Maguire ones are so good. Like I love all of them, but and just the Chad Kroger of it all on top of it, just the best. So.
All right, Siobhan, track 2 of your mixtape is what's a song that you sing when you're on your own in the car or the shower, mate?
If It Makes You Happy by Sheryl Crow.
You were playing that earlier, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah,
I was.
Picked up on that. Yeah.
It's just my go-to. I think it's just definitely one of my favorite songs of all time, if not my favorite song of all time.
Yeah.
Big claim, but I think Sheryl Crow is just an insanely talented songwriter and vocalist, and I don't think she gets enough recognition. Yeah. Especially in Australia, I feel. I do a cover of If It Makes You Happy in my live show, and it's just the most fun to play.
Can't be that bad.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I did. And the lyrics are just super wacky and like, I don't know what she's talking about, but I feel it. And I think that's all that matters.
No, that's a great choice. And let's go for track 3 now, Siobhan, just before you do your second live track. Track 3 is your favourite cover version, mate.
I love the South Summit like a version of Roxanne by the Police.
Okay.
Oh my God. When I heard that, I was obsessed. I just think just the vocals on it. South Summit has to be one of my favourite bands in Australia.
Yeah.
Actually, ever. I don't even want to limit it to Australia. I think they are so talented and just they just do that song justice, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Having a radio show and discussion about cover versions in Australia, Like a Version comes up.
It's such a great idea.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. And it's there's been some I always find it like a little bit of a miss. It's either like it's a Vegemite or what we call in England a Marmite, polarising. It's either like
right, yeah,
no, or I'm obsessed with that. Do you know what I mean? Like there's amazing ones over the years. Nothing But Thieves, I remember being amazing. What Can I Do If the Fire Goes Out? And who did? Luca Brasi did How to Make Gravy, and I tuned into that thinking this is going to be rubbish, and it was so good.
Yeah, there's another one of my favorites is when Arctic Monkeys did Tame Impala.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was just Alex Turner, but
yeah.
No, but I think Roxanne has to be my favourite like a version.
I'm thinking someone might have picked that before, because I remember having a conversation about, have you played the Roxanne drinking game with someone about that choice? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, 94 episodes and I'm getting old now. I can't always remember, but I'm pretty sure someone might have picked that before. But for me, King Stingray rules like a forever.
Their cover of Yellow?
Amazing.
Life-changing. I thought Goosebumps just...
I know, same. Yeah, same. All right. Siobhan, you mentioned your sort of hiatus last year and your songwriting that came out of that. I mean, no one likes to go through a rough patch, but as a songwriter and a creative, you must have been sort of thinking silver lining. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like... oh, my God, hello. Sorry. I feel like my songwriting is a lot more honest now. And I feel... I have lots to write about, but I also feel like I put a lot less pressure on myself to be something that I'm not. Wait, did I say that right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just being myself, and whatever comes out, and I'm not sort of I'm not putting pressure on myself. So, I feel a lot more free in terms of my songwriting, and I'm really, really proud of this music.
This is the Mixtape.
talking about looking forward and future plans, Nashville and America. So tell us all about that, South by Southwest and where you're headed.
Yeah, so I'm doing a big US trip in March. I'm going to Austin to go to South by Southwest. I'm not playing. I'm just going to hang out.
Yep.
And I'm going to Nashville to do some writing and doing some writing as well in New York and LA. So
sounds like an amazing trip. Have you spent much time in America before?
I went on a school trip. So yeah,
Wow. What school goes to America?
I went to Perth College, which is like, your private school. So
wow, okay.
like, yeah, it's very bougie, but it was like a music trip. And yeah, we went to where did we go? We went to Washington, we went to LA, New York, Chicago. And then I went with my family when I was 16, and then we did all the places like Nashville and
okay,
went to Dallas. So I love it there. I cried when we left Nashville. I was like, I need to come back here and live here. Maybe when there's a better person in charge of the things.
That's a perfect segue into where I was going next, because I've been to Nashville once, and unfortunately, the day I went to Nashville, Bill Clinton was visiting. He was the president at the time, so that dates it as well. It was 1999, and it was, we couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do nothing. Roads were closed, and we didn't know our way around as it was, and there was all these diversions in place. No, it's 90s, no GPS, no Google Maps. Do you know what I mean? It was a nightmare. We just about found the Grand Ole Opry and had a look around there, and then I think
beautiful.
we went to a couple of bars, and and that was it. But I was on that trip. I was lucky enough, and we started off in Chicago, and we went all the way down to New Orleans in a car. It was a fantastic trip. We went to Memphis, went to Graceland.
Graceland.
It was so good.
We met Priscilla. She was
right.
okay. So we were in LA, and we were at a really famous restaurant. I think it's called the Rainbow Room or something. And we were just having dinner, and then in walks Priscilla.
Wow.
And my dad's like, "Oh my God, it's Priscilla." And I was like, "Don't embarrass me," because he had a couple of beers.
Yeah, right, okay.
And I was like, in my angsty teen phase.
Yeah, dads are embarrassing enough when they're sober, never mind when they've had a few.
Exactly. So he just went up and he got a photo with her, and it was so funny. But yeah. Well, when we went, Trump was being inaugurated in the White House for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was just really interesting because we were in Dallas and we were watching it all happen on TV, and we were like, wow, this was kind of insane. This is a historical moment.
Yeah. That's one word for it.
One word. I don't want to sometimes when I get started talking about it,
we have to be apolitical on community radio.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right.
It's a moment in history, and it's insane to watch from Australia. So, but regardless, I'm just there for the music, and I'm really excited to go back to Nashville, and especially as an adult, where I can actually go into the venues and watch the music. Yeah, not even to drink or whatever. It's just being able to watch the music and meet all different people, and I'm just super excited to.
I've spent heaps of time in America. My best friend who I've known since our mums met each other at the pregnancy clinic, and we're 52 years old, and we're still besties. He's 2 days younger than me. He lives, when I went travelling in the late 90s, and he went to live in California, and so when we were both single, I used to go there all the time, and we used to that all stopped. He met his wife, and I met my wife within about 6 months, and that was it. Fun over. I think I went back there once.
It's different fun,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. No, we had some good times in LA and Vegas and stuff like that. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Oh, I went to Vegas as well.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, it's an experience. Yeah.
I don't know if I could go back there, but it was interesting.
All right. Let's crack on with some more mixtape track choices then, Siobhan. So let's go. Track 4 is a song you wish you could play to your 18-year-old self.
A song I wish I had when I was 18 is probably It's Time to Go by Taylor Swift. I mean, Taylor has always been my number one. She was the reason I started writing.
Yeah.
This song in particular, it's a bonus track on Evermore. And when I first heard it, I was just like, oh my God. And it's helped me, just the lyrics have just helped me through so many tough times. It's just sort of about letting go of things that just don't serve you anymore. And sort of sometimes one of the lyrics is like, sometimes giving up is the brave thing, you know, whether it's giving up on someone or like sort of like letting go of things that just aren't good for you anymore. And I think I would have benefited a lot from listening to that song when I was 18. I was at Whopper, you know, just like dating people that weren't good for me and, you know, all the things. But yeah, and I think that song really helped me when I left the label. My favorite lyric in that song is sometimes walking out is the one thing that will find you the right thing. And I feel like that is just so true. Just because one door closes doesn't mean that another's not going to open. So
Absolutely.
I love that song.
Absolutely. And Taylor Swift gets a bad rap as well. We were talking about Nickelback earlier. Like, I'm a massive Taylor Swift fan, and I'm perfectly happy to talk about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've said it loads of times on the podcast.
She's like a successful, incredible woman, and people just want to tear her down. And the same with Nickelback. They're just really successful, and people just want to find something to, you know, hate on. Yeah. And it's and the whole rhetoric around Taylor, and she only writes songs about this and that. It's like, if you actually take a closer look at her music, she's a prolific writer, and I love her.
I love the stuff that she's done with the National.
Yeah, that's the song with Aaron Dessner.
Yeah. He's amazing, and I'm a massive, massive fan of the National. For listeners who aren't in the studio, I'm at a National T-shirt right now. Like the Coney Island and what's the other one? So he does one on her album, and then she does one on their album. They're both amazing tracks.
Oh, what's that song?
The Alicot. Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
I should do something about that.
I know. Yeah. They're amazing. I love her just for that alone.
I saw the National in Brisbane. It was like the day after we finished the Matchbox tour, and they were just like in.
Yeah.
And my bass player Finn, he is like the biggest National fan, and so we all went, and it was really cute and wholesome.
Yeah, no, I think
it's great.
I try not to think about them too much because I missed them in Kings Park for reasons I won't go into. So yeah, I couldn't. I literally. They were on track to be my Spotify Rap #1 artist by a long, long, long way. And I literally, after I missed them, I was so disappointed I couldn't even listen.
Oh, that's so fair.
I know it was.
Well, then who was your #1?
It was Fink. I think it was Fink. I believe it was. Yes.
I've heard of it.
That's it. Yeah, I think he was my #1. Anyway, that's that. Okay, track 5 of your mixtape, Siobhan. Sorry. Track 5 of your mixtape is a song that you would put on your mixtape if you were trying to woo someone, let them know you're romantically interested. What's a song you would use for that?
I have chosen Guilty Pleasure by Chapel Roan. Like the whole world, I have fallen in love with Chapel Roan. I think she is one of the most exciting artists at the moment, or like ever, actually. And that song is just all about, a guilty pleasure. I just feel like it's just a very bit of a cheeky song.
Yeah.
And I am quite cheeky when I'm trying to, I was going to say trying to court someone. Not that I court anyone, because I'm so single. It's actually ridiculous. I have no social skills. Yeah. But yeah, that is like one of my favorite songs.
So anyone listening who's interested, that's your go-to song then. If you want to get close to Siobhan, that's the one you need to be going on.
Oh,
great choice, mate. Great choice. All right, and finally, Siobhan, track 6 of your mixtape. What's a song that you feel is like a little bit underappreciated, doesn't get the attention and recognition that you think it deserves?
Well, I think a lot of Australian music goes unrecognised. I think considering the results of the Hottest 100, only 29 of the 100 songs were Australian, which is insane. We have so much good music here, and going even more specific, in Perth, we have such a beautiful scene here and just so many talented artists and songwriters and musicians. So I want to give a shout out to Finn Alexander and the Forever Party. I'm actually writing with him tomorrow, so I'm really excited. And has to be one of my favorite live shows that I've seen in like forever. And also my bass player Finn plays in his band, and they get mixed up a lot. That's really funny. Anyway, I think Love's Quiet is my favorite one of his. So yeah.
He emailed me today and said yes to coming on.
Oh my
show.
God, that's weird.
Bizarre. Yeah, that's bizarre. I'm really like talking about the National as well. Like I'm a big fan. Fan of his.
Yeah. You can hear the influence. He's like a little bit of the National, a little bit of like Nick Cave.
Yeah, big Nick Cave vibe.
Yeah, which I love, and I love that I can get that in Perth. So yeah. Fantastic.
I'm really looking forward to seeing him live and coming in and hopefully playing a session for us as well and an interview. I love that. That happens quite often. I haven't got the stats off the top of my head, but quite often a Perth artist I've asked that question to has shouted out another Perth artist. I'm sure Angie did it.
Yeah.
Angie picked Smallfish. And it happens all the time. Perth artists, it's a great scene. The music's incredible, but for everyone supporting one another and wanting to see everyone do well, like it's so good like that. I think it's really a really positive environment.
Yeah, I just feel very lucky and privileged to be part of such a really supportive scene. And yeah, one of my goals for this year and just continuing on is just making sure I make it down to lots of gigs, because I do forget sometimes that there's some great music, and I just have to sort of push myself to get out of the house. And when I come home after a show, I am so inspired. So, yeah, I think just want to support as much as I can.
I've had some really great random nights out. I remember not that long ago, me and my partner were just sitting around Saturday afternoon, I think it was, what should we do tonight? And I was on the lyrics, and there's 3 bands and neither of us had ever heard of. $10 a ticket, what's not to lose? So we went there. And headlining with the Death Duel Lake Club, so good, amazing live band, like really, really good. And I'd never heard of them, and it was just like, oh yeah, let's go there, and yeah.
And for $10,
I know, yeah.
Like tickets for gigs just happening in like the smaller venues are cheaper than your Perth Arena or your whatever. So, and it's the same. It's just as good quality music. Like people have got to.
Yeah,
People got to get it together.
I've done the maths often with people, like if you're paying $300 or whatever to see Pink, like that's 15 shows in Perth. Do you know what I mean? Of other artists, and you're supporting the local scene as well. But I mean, for some people, that's a bucket list. Do you know what I mean? So
I mean, seeing a big scale arena stadium performance like that is awesome. But it's also like, when are you ever going to get that close to an artist?
Yeah,
At like a Mojo's or something.
Yeah.
So,
Siobhan, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate your time. Good luck with the new single, and hopefully I will see you out there at a live show really, really soon.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for listening to the Mixtape podcast. All the links that you will need are in the description below. Link to my Patreon, my guest website and social media, my social media, and the link to the Mixtape Tracks playlist as chosen by today's guest. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time.